Do you ever feel like no matter what you achieve, something still weighs on you, like an invisible burden that no success can lift? What if ancient Stoic wisdom could help reveal and address these hidden struggles? Picture this: you're 45, maybe 55, sitting in your office or home after a long day. You've accomplished a lot in your career, supported your family, and checked all the boxes society laid out for you. Yet, there's this underlying tension, a sense of, is this it, that doesn't seem to fade. I remember talking to an old friend who reached the peak of his career, but confessed that he felt more anxious and restless than ever before. He found some answers not in modern self-help books, but in the writings of Marcus Aurelius and Seneca. Stoicism isn't about suppressing feelings or pretending everything is fine. It's about seeing these hidden challenges for what they are and learning how to navigate them. Stay with me as we uncover 10 hidden weaknesses many men grapple with, and how Stoicism can transform them into sources of strength. By the end of this video, you'll have tools to shift from simply enduring life to truly mastering your inner world. Number 1. Suppressing emotions, the unseen burden. From a young age, many men are conditioned to believe that showing emotion is a sign of weakness. The common phrase, "man up," reinforces the idea that strength means being stoic in the modern sense, emotionless and tough. Yet, the true Stoics, such as Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, understood emotions differently. Marcus wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This insight is crucial for men navigating the challenges of emotional suppression. Think back to a time when you felt overwhelmed but couldn't express it. Maybe it was during a crisis at work, or when family issues weighed heavily on your mind. Stoicism doesn't advise ignoring these emotions, but rather encourages recognizing and understanding them without letting them dominate you. When you acknowledge an emotion, whether it's frustration, sadness, or stress, you take away its power to control you. Ask yourself, when was the last time I allowed myself to process my emotions without judgment? What would change if I admitted to myself, I'm struggling and that's okay? Stoicism teaches that true strength comes not from denying emotions, but from facing them calmly and courageously. Reflect on how your relationships and sense of inner peace could change if you practiced naming your emotions instead of burying them. Would you feel more connected to those around you? Would you experience more moments of true relief instead of suppressed tension? This practice is a powerful way to lift the unseen burden many men carry daily. Number 2. Fear of failure. Failure is one of the greatest fears for men, especially as they age and the stakes in life seem higher. The pressure to succeed at work, maintain a strong family, and meet personal goals can create a relentless fear of making mistakes. Epictetus said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." This quote highlights that avoiding failure also means avoiding growth. Think of a time when you didn't pursue an opportunity because you feared it wouldn't work out, a job change, a new hobby, or even speaking your mind in a relationship. While playing it safe might protect your pride, it limits your life. The Stoics believed that failure is simply data. It's a teacher, not an enemy. Marcus Aurelius practiced amor fati, or loving one's fate, embracing whatever outcomes life brought as necessary parts of the journey. Emotionally, accepting failure as a step forward can be freeing. Ask yourself, what opportunities am I avoiding because I'm afraid of failing? What if failure were just feedback, guiding me toward a better approach? By reframing failure as part of growth, you open yourself to experiences that could enrich your life, even if they don't go perfectly the first time. Imagine discussing your failures openly with friends or family, not as defeats, but as stories of learning and resilience. This mindset fosters not only self-growth, but also deeper, more supportive connections with others. Number 3. The weight of expectations. Many men, especially those over 35, carry a significant burden of expectations from their families, their careers, and society at large. The roles they fill as providers, leaders, or mentors can feel suffocating when coupled with the fear of disappointing others. Marcus Aurelius understood this deeply, writing, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Think of the last time you made a choice, not because you wanted to, but because it was expected of you. Perhaps you took on a work project that drained you, or sacrificed personal goals for family obligations. While these choices often come from a place of responsibility, when driven solely by expectations, they can create internal conflict. Stoicism advises focusing on what truly aligns with your values, not just what others expect. Emotionally, breaking free from the weight of expectations takes courage. Ask yourself, whose voice am I listening to when I make decisions, my own or someone else's? What would I choose if I stripped away the need to meet every expectation? Realizing that you don't need to live your life for others' approval can be liberating. Reflect on how your life might change if you practice making choices based on inner alignment rather than external pressures. Would you feel lighter, more authentic, and less anxious? Applying Stoic wisdom here helps shift your focus to living with intention and self-respect. Number 4. Difficulty in asking for help. Many men equate asking for help with weakness, a belief rooted in the idea that strength means handling everything alone. This hidden weakness can isolate you during times when support would make all the difference. Epictetus taught, "No man is free who is not master of himself," which includes mastering the ability to reach out and accept help when needed. Think back to a time when you struggled silently, whether it was handling work stress, personal health, or family issues. The reluctance to ask for help may have deepened your stress or even led to more significant problems. Stoicism, however, embraces the idea that interdependence is part of the human experience. The philosophy recognizes that everyone, no matter how capable, benefits from community. Emotionally, admitting the need for help can feel vulnerable but powerful. Ask yourself, why do I hesitate to ask for support when I would willingly offer it to others? What if reaching out for help was a strength, not a shortcoming? Understanding that seeking help builds resilience, not weakness, can be a profound shift. Imagine how your life could improve if you reached out when needed. Picture sharing a challenge with a friend or a mentor and finding solutions together. This mindset change can transform relationships, fostering deeper connections and reminding you that strength also lies in community. Number 5. Pride and its consequences. Pride can be both a motivator and a trap. It can drive men to achieve great things, but unchecked, it can prevent them from acknowledging mistakes or accepting help. Marcus Aurelius warned, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." This quote is a reminder that humility allows for growth and connection in ways pride never can. Think about the last time you refused to admit a mistake at work or avoided apologizing in a personal conflict because your pride got in the way. While protecting your ego may feel safe, it ultimately limits you. Stoicism teaches that admitting faults and embracing humility are signs of true strength. When you own your actions, you're not diminished, you're empowered. Emotionally, letting go of pride can feel uncomfortable because it requires vulnerability. Ask yourself, how many opportunities for growth have I missed because I couldn't let go of being right? What relationships could improve if I chose humility over pride? Admitting when you're wrong doesn't make you weak. It builds trust and respect. Reflect on how your life would change if you practiced humility regularly. Would conflicts resolve faster? Would people view you as more authentic and relatable? Embracing this Stoic virtue paves the way for deeper connections and greater personal growth. Number 6. Overworking and ignoring self-care. For many men, particularly those between 35 and 75, the drive to provide and succeed is ingrained as a measure of worth. This mindset often leads to overworking at the expense of self-care. The result? Burnout, strained relationships, and declining health. Marcus Aurelius said, "You must build up your life action by action, and be content if each one achieves its goal as far as possible." This teaches that sustainable success requires balance, not endless exertion. Think of a time when you pushed through exhaustion, prioritizing work or obligations over rest and well-being. You may have felt a momentary sense of achievement, but did it truly serve you in the long run? Ignoring self-care creates a cycle of diminishing returns, where you give more and receive less. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of a balanced life where productivity and rest coexist. Emotionally, stepping back from overworking can feel counterproductive. Ask yourself, what drives me to push beyond my limits? Is it fear of falling behind or the need to prove my worth? What if I trusted that taking care of myself made me more effective in the long run? Reflect on how your life could change if you integrated regular self-care into your routine. Imagine starting your day with even 10 minutes of quiet reflection, or ending it with time to unwind. This simple shift could lead to more energy, greater focus, and deeper connections with those around you. Remember, strength isn't only in what you achieve, but in how you sustain yourself to continue achieving. Number 7. Avoidance of vulnerability. For many men, showing vulnerability feels risky, as if it exposes a chink in their armor. But Stoic teachings reveal that true strength comes from accepting one's vulnerabilities rather than hiding them. Seneca once wrote, "It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable." To be unconquerable, you must embrace all parts of yourself, including the parts that feel vulnerable. Think of a moment when you wanted to share how you felt, whether it was fear, sadness, or anxiety, but chose silence instead. Perhaps you feared being misunderstood or judged, so you kept it to yourself. The problem with this avoidance is that it builds barriers between you and those you care about. Stoicism teaches that vulnerability is not weakness, it's honesty. Admitting, "I'm struggling with this," doesn't make you less strong. It makes you relatable and authentic. Emotionally, allowing yourself to be vulnerable can be intimidating. Ask yourself, when did I last let someone see me as I am, without my guard up? How did it feel afterward? Embracing vulnerability can foster stronger relationships because it opens the door for genuine connection and trust. Imagine sharing a personal struggle with a friend or partner and being met with understanding rather than judgment. How would that deepen your bond? Vulnerability isn't a weakness to hide. It's a bridge that connects people more deeply than strength ever could. Number 8. Anger as a mask for other emotions. Anger is often seen as an acceptable male emotion because it projects power and control. However, it's frequently a mask for other emotions like fear, insecurity, or frustration. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "How much more harmful are the consequences of anger than the circumstances that aroused it in us?" This insight underscores that anger can cloud judgment and lead to actions you might regret. Think back to the last time you reacted in anger, maybe during a disagreement at work or a heated exchange at home. Beneath the surface, was there something else driving that reaction? Perhaps it was disappointment or feeling undervalued. Stoicism teaches that by understanding the true source of our emotions, we gain control over them instead of letting them control us. Emotionally uncovering what's beneath anger requires self-reflection. Ask yourself, what am I really feeling in these moments of anger? How would my interactions change if I paused and acknowledged the real emotion before responding? Recognizing that anger is often a symptom, not the root, can help you respond more calmly and thoughtfully. Reflect on how different your life would be if anger were no longer your default reaction. Would conflicts be resolved more constructively? Would relationships deepen with less fear and more understanding? Learning to manage anger through Stoic practices can transform not just how you respond, but how others respond to you. Number 9. Constant need for control. As men progress in life, the urge to maintain control over outcomes, whether in work, family, or personal projects, can become overwhelming. It's rooted in the desire for predictability and security, but it often leads to stress and disappointment when life inevitably veers off script. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This teaching is a cornerstone of Stoic resilience. Think about a time when a carefully laid plan went awry, an unexpected job change, a family disagreement, or a sudden health issue. How did you react? The need for control might have driven you to micromanage or feel helpless when things didn't go as expected. Stoicism teaches that the only true control we have is over our responses, not external events. Emotionally, relinquishing control can feel like surrender. Ask yourself, what am I afraid will happen if I let go of this need to manage everything? What if accepting uncertainty allowed me to adapt more flexibly? Real strength lies in accepting what you can't change and focusing on what you can, your thoughts and actions. Reflect on how your life might change if you practiced letting go of control. Would you find more peace in the present moment? Would you be more open to unexpected opportunities? Stoic wisdom shows that life is not a script you control, but an experience you navigate with courage and grace. Number 10. Self-doubt despite success. Even the most successful men can battle self-doubt, feeling as though their accomplishments are never enough, or that they are imposters in their own lives. This nagging voice can undermine confidence and cloud moments of achievement. Marcus Aurelius advised, "If you are pained by external things, it is not they that disturb you, but your own judgment of them, and it is in your power to wipe out that judgment now." This means that self-doubt is rooted in perception, not reality. Think of the times you've achieved something significant, whether it was a promotion, completing a personal project, or reaching a family milestone, only to feel that it wasn't good enough. The Stoics teach that inner peace doesn't come from external validation, but from valuing the effort and integrity behind your actions. Self-reliance is built not by perfect outcomes, but by recognizing that you are enough as you are. Emotionally, overcoming self-doubt requires practice and patience. Ask yourself, what would I accomplish if I didn't let self-doubt hold me back? What if I trusted my efforts as valuable, regardless of others' opinions? Reminding yourself of your strengths and choosing to see your actions as sufficient can reshape your self-perception over time. Reflect on what it would feel like to genuinely celebrate your achievements without questioning their worth. Would you take on new challenges with more confidence? Would you find more joy in the journey? Practicing Stoic self-assurance helps silence self-doubt and allows you to move forward with peace and purpose. If you found these insights into hidden weaknesses relatable, start today by applying one of these Stoic principles to your life. Which of these challenges resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that bridges ancient wisdom with modern life. Your path to inner strength and a more peaceful existence starts now.